Hi, I'm Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds and created Dirty Lazy Keto. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the show. We're going to be talking about the best and the worst ways to celebrate your keto weight loss. The best and the worst. Because you can't talk about just the best. You got to kind of poke at some of those worst ones, because a lot of people fall down those traps, and I don't want that to be you. So I know at first glance, you might think this topic is so obvious. Of course I know how to celebrate my keto weight loss. Of course I know the best and the worst ways. But really, some people don't. So from my experience, I've watched so many people go like a big gong, right? Where they think they're doing great. And then the next thing you know, they're like, and they're just so bummed. So I want to make sure that you're not one of those people that drop the ball. Okay? We don't want that to happen. Are you going to drop the ball? Say, no, I'm not going to drop the ball, Stephanie. You definitely don't want to drop the ball. You don't want that to be you. You want to do well with your Dirty Lazy Keto weight loss. And you want to keep it off forever. Yes, 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 yes. You don't want to fall down that trap. So let's spend just about 20 minutes together, maybe 15 if I talk really fast. We're just going to talk about those best and the worst ways to celebrate keto weight loss with show and tell examples. Because you might think you got it all figured out, but then you're like, oh, I do that. And then you might laugh at yourself. And that's okay. These are all things that I've done. So feel free to laugh at me. I'm going to give you lots of watch outs and tips for success, including, I need like a bell, including some brand new Dirty Lazy Keto resources, hot off the press. You are first to find out. So before we get started on our program, let's spin the wheel and see what today's prize is. Ooh. I love prizes. It makes it fun, right? Are we having fun? We're having fun. Okay. Today's prize is going to be a Dirty Lazy Keto red pot holder. Ooh. Can I get an ooh in the comments? Ooh. Come on. Have a little fun. I want you to get involved. But these are really cute, really high quality. I use them all the time. I love them. And what I'll do is choose someone at random from the comments. I'll do that live right here and also later, like after when other people listen. So that way lots of people get a chance to win a prize. All you have to do to be eligible is comment. So type in the comments, participate, say hi, how you doing? Share what's going on, share your thoughts and opinions, and then you're entered to win. So super easy, right? Who wants to win? Start off by saying me, I want to win. Stephanie, pick me. You should put that in the comments because I love enthusiasm. Ready? So let's talk about the worst ways first, because I want to get those out of the way. The worst ways are kind of funny sometimes, don't you think? You're like, do I really do that? Yeah, some of us do. I do. So how many of you guys out there have lost weight only to quickly gain it back? Oh, I'm sorry, just me? I'm the only one? Come on. It's a thing, right? We lose weight and then we get excited and then maybe go back to old ways, or we just start choosing some of maybe the worst ways to celebrate our keto weight loss. So I don't want that to happen. So I see these time and time again. I know you have seen it too. And I want you guys to be on the lookout. That's why I'm showing you all this stuff today. Because otherwise, we start down that path of self-sabotage crap. I'll say it. I'll go ahead and say it. One of you guys can get mad at me, but it's true. All of the examples I'm going to show you, it's just self-sabotage. So don't let anybody convince you otherwise, because it's, come on. Here's an example. Can you think of one? I got one right off the cuff. Cheat day. Yeah. You think that's a good idea. You might say, I deserve it. Oh, carb cycling. Oh, it'll reboot my metabolism. You'll have all these crazy, whispers in your brain, and maybe from friends or family or even people on social media. Let's point out that that's total BS. I think what happens is, we get in this mindset where we think, I should celebrate with food, because that's how a lot of us have been trained. But we are not dogs. We should not give ourselves treats every time we do a good behavior. Yes, that's offensive to some people, but it's true. Now, even if you're like, I'm going to celebrate my keto weight loss by going out shopping and buying some more keto foods, I think this can be something to be aware of. Because it's pretty easy to go down that path of like buying keto waffles and keto this and keto sugar and keto cereal and keto blah, 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 cookies and keto bakery. And the next thing you know, you're eating them all, going back to your old ways. So, keep that in mind. I just want you to beware. I'm not saying do or don't. It's just something to be very cautious about. So many of us have learned to celebrate with food, don't you think, over the years, that it's just maybe something we have to work at changing, right? We can't always just have every celebration be about food. There are other things too. Anytime you head down that path where you're like, I'm going to take a vacation from healthiness, that's a problem, in my opinion. So whether you're on a cruise ship, whether you're on a vacation, in the sun, whether you're just taking a day off, all that kind of stuff, to me, it reeks of problem. It reeks of the worst way to celebrate a keto weight loss. It's basically something, to be aware of. We don't want to revert and go back to our old habits, right? I know you want to keep your weight loss off. So that's why I'm sharing some of the mistakes that I've made, because we've all done it. I remember being on a Carnival cruise ship when I was pregnant with my son. I wonder if I have a little picture I'm going to show you guys. He's super cute. Oh, I'm looking through all my stashes here. I got all these pictures of my cute daughter, but my son's going to be mad at me. Poor son. I'll keep looking. Anyway, I remember being pregnant with my son on a Carnival cruise ship and thinking, ooh, double benefit. Not only am I pregnant, but I'm on a cruise ship. That means I can eat whatever I want, as much as I want, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't count. Okay, here he is. Here he is. He counts. Here I am with my little baby. Here he is all grown up. He's a teenager. But let me tell you, that was not a valid excuse. Me telling myself I could eat whatever I wanted because I was pregnant or because I was on a cruise ship, it caught up to me and it didn't make me feel good about myself. So beware and think twice before you head down that path, okay? Because you're worth that. You're worth better. You want to keep it off, right? Yes. Say, yes, I want to keep it off. Say that in the comments. Yes, I want to keep it off. I don't want to go backwards. I don't want self-sabotage. Put that in the comments so I know that you are listening. You like all that advice? Mm-hmm. Sometimes we got to hear it, even though it's not what we wanted to hear. But it's the truth, right? I'm telling you truth today. Preach. Excuse me for taking a big drink. I get all excited here. So that's all number one. So I want to move on to number two, because you're like, okay, well, what do I do? If I'm not buying keto treats, if I'm not, going on an all-out binge or saying, I deserve pizza, I deserve it, I deserve it, I deserve it. If you're committed to not going down that path and you want to do something positive to celebrate your weight loss, let me give you some creative ideas. But before I get my ideas out, I want to hear from you. So what's your idea? Type. What's a good way to celebrate a keto weight loss success? What's worked for you? Share it in the comments, please. I'll share what's worked for me. Celebrating with an activity or with a prize that's inexpensive, meaningful, special, but not necessarily costly. Sometimes it's just an activity or something that's totally free or, darn near inexpensive. That is the most meaningful to me. Like, for example, getting a new yoga mat for me. I like to do stretches and yoga and exercise in a fun color. I used to buy these at the grocery outlet. It's not like they were pricey or anything, but just getting a fresh one made me feel good about myself. It was a way that I could honor a significant milestone in my journey of losing 140 pounds, but not waiting till the final goal to celebrate, right? Because you got to celebrate all the little tiny increments along the way. Why not? You deserve it. This process is actually teaching you to value yourself, to have better self-esteem, to feel confident. It reinforces, like Pavlov's dog, it reinforces all the great behaviors that you're doing. So whether it means you're upgrading your shoes or just getting yourself a pair of tennis shoes or exercise shoes for the very first time, I know I didn't really have any when I got started. That's a big deal. And I continue to do these things even though I'm in maintenance. I just got these. I know, aren't they so cute? I got them for a vacation to Canada because I wanted to feel good exercising and walking and shopping and sightseeing. So I got myself some new shoes. So I continue to live by this advice that I'm talking about today. Are you guys coming up with ideas now that you get the now that you're getting the jibe, the feeling of what we're talking about? Tell me your ideas. Now, these can be little, right? They can be related to exercise. I remember getting a bike at one of my milestones just from Walmart. And then later on in my journey, I got little trinkets to go on my bike, like a basket, a bell, goofy little fun stuff to make it fun to ride. Inexpensive, right? I even would shop at garage sales. Now, some of the things I did on my journey were bigger, like more significant, right? For example, I signed up to do like races. And yes, I am talking a little bit about exercise, but I'll talk about other things too. Like I started off, I think with a 10K, which is a lot, right? And then I moved on to half marathon. I moved on to full marathons. I ended up doing 12 full marathons and countless half marathons, and then smaller runs for fun. But this would help me stay motivated. It would honor my weight loss, and it really kept me fired up. It was a way I could invest in myself. So, fun story. The first marathon I ever ran, I entered what's called an Athena competition. Athena, if you're not familiar with the term, it's like a grand old horse, right? Something like that. Athena, some kind of horse reference. And I know that sounds horrible, but I entered to win the race or to compete in the race as a heavyweight champion, like a big girl. Now, granted, this was really embarrassing. I had to get on a scale in an auditorium full of people. They had to write down how much I weigh, and I had to be a significant weight to qualify for the event. Now, here's the happy ending of the story, because yes, that was completely mortifying, very scary, and I wanted to die of humiliation. But here's the but. I ended up winning first prize. Just take that in for a minute. Hello, first prize in a marathon of my very first race. I still can't believe it. And I love to tell my husband, who also ran the race, I won. Mind you, he wasn't competing in the heavyweight race. It was a much smaller, less competitive group than what he competed in. He was with all the people, right? Like 20,000 people. I was with a very small group. Nonetheless, I'm very proud of myself for competing and putting myself out there and honoring my new body. Now, you might find giving yourself a little financial reward is in order. Did anyone suggest that in the comments? Like a gift certificate or a way that you could pamper yourself? That's a good idea too, right? Anything that you can do that's non-food related, that's not going to interfere with your healthy routines, that's not an excuse for skipping the gym. These are all excellent things you can do. Now, it's funny because you might think it's just for you, but you're also motivating your family. Now, here's my daughter when she was 2, and now here she is as a high school senior. She's now in college, and she's a runner. I know, because she saw her mama running when she was little and exercising and eating healthy and taking care of her body. And now I watch her doing the same. And that to me is huge. Huge, right? So motivating. What are some other things that you can do to help get yourself feeling positive and rewarding your positive behavior, right? Your healthy living. Here's a fun one. Hello, my underwear. Get rid of your old clothes. This is a free activity you can do. Go through your closet, go through your drawers, get rid of the big sizes that no longer fit you. And if you want to take it a step further, donate them. Donate them to a good cause, a good charity of your choice. It can make you feel really good. I love the Goodwill Industries. Everyone has a favorite charity. That's who I donate my stuff to. And I think I have an example, something to show you. Reaching over here. The profits, part of the profits anyway, from the Dirty Lazy Keto Fast Food Guide, we continue to donate to our favorite charity, the Goodwill, because they helped me when I was losing weight change sizes. I treated them like a closet. I would go there and donate my old clothes, get a new size. A month later, donate those clothes, get a new size, and I went down 11 sizes. I know, right? So I treated it like a revolving door, and I love that charity, and the people were always so nice to me and cheering me on. So find a way that you can celebrate yourself and help another person. That can be really meaningful and positive. Another thing I like to do, I know I showed you a couple of pictures here of me with my kids, but just taking pictures in general, right? I think that's a wonderful way. It's free. Yes, it's free. It's a wonderful way that you can document your weight loss. I wish I had taken videos because I really don't have many. I only have a couple, but that was like before, all the stuff was so handy. And I just was scared. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on with that, but it's a good thing. So if you can document your journey, I highly encourage it with photos and video. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Every small milestone, take a picture, take a video, and share. Now, if you've read my book, Dirty Lazy Keto, Get Started Losing Weight While Breaking All the Rules, I'll show it here. If you've read this book, you'll know that in the back of the book, I show all my journey photos. They're in the very back, so make sure you take a look. I know. These are so precious to me, and I had such a hard time finding them because some were on film, and like old computers and all this craziness. But I took pictures every 10 pounds I lost weight, and it's inside this book here. Every 10 pounds, I took some pictures, and I started using balloons. Every time I took a picture, I would get the number of pounds I lost. So for example, these are so big I can barely hold them up. Like, hopefully it's going the right way. Like, I lost 10 pounds, I lost 20 pounds, I lost 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, blah, 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 100. I kept doing this with fun balloons from like the dollar store. Didn't have to be these giant ones, but you can find like birthday balloons that say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I started doing that and taking pictures. And that was a very inexpensive, super motivating, fun way to celebrate my keto weight loss in a great, positive, best way. And it was super motivating. I was like, I can't wait to get the next balloon. And it would be a big deal. Everyone would know in my family, like, oh my gosh, look at that. And it helped kind of document the journey and reinforce my behaviors. Are you coming up with some ideas? I hope you're sharing. What are you doing? I'm not the only one. Now, what about doing just really adventurous activities? This was another thing I started up doing during my weight loss journey. I would do activities that were like adventurous. Things I couldn't do or didn't want to do or had trouble doing when I was a heavier person. When I weighed close to 300 pounds, I hated swimming. Didn't want to be in a swimsuit. So now going snorkeling, being on the beach, that is super fun for me. And it helped motivate me to continue. What are some other physical activities that you may have been afraid to do? You want to share? For me, one of them was horseback riding. I was afraid I was going to kill the horse. I was afraid he was going to like lay down and be like, woo, get off me, lady. Plus there was weight limits, right, to some of these activities. And so that was true for zip lining. That was something I wanted to do during my journey, boating, sledding, ice skating. And I made sure to do all of these things. And it was so fun. And I was worth it, right? I took my family to Yosemite and we rode donkeys, but we're just going to pretend they were horses. And I was so happy that I was able to qualify based on their rules. Same with zip lining. It was a big deal. Now, I talk about a lot of these ideas and thoughts in a book that I have to share with you. I know it's new. Well, depending on when you listen to this, it'll be new, right? Because this is coming out in May of 2023. I know, I'm talking about it right now, but you might watch this video in the future. I don't know. But it's called Extra Easy Keto. And it's 7 days to help get your mind right, like to reboot, to start, to refresh, to just simplify the whole process. So you can look for this wherever you shop for books. But I go into this whole topic in detail because I think it's worthy of discussion, right? And even buying yourself a book can be an item that's positive, right? Getting yourself either a new cookbook, a new Dirty Lazy Keto book, can be whatever makes you feel motivated. And you guys know I have 4 cookbooks out. A lot of people will tell me, oh, that's what I do to celebrate weight loss, is they will like maybe try out a new recipe. Like, oh, I'll make, yes, this is food, but it's more of like learning to cook healthier. They'll say, well, I learned how to cook a whole new thing like Indian food. I never tried that before. And they use one of the recipes from the cookbook. So that can be a thought or a simple, free, or inexpensive way to celebrate. Now, we were talking about kitchen stuff. Have any of you suggested in the comments using a kitchen tool, like getting yourself some new cookware or upgrading some of the current things that you're using? This was something else that I did is I upgraded a lot of my gadgets and added on like to this is for an Instant Pot. I use this to make my brown bag muffins. They're from the Dirt Cheap Cookbook. And you can make muffins in the Instant Pot, which is super cool. But I had to get these fun silicone gadgets. Another one is Big boom. Another thing I upgraded to is just buying more of these silicone things like for baking mats, nonstick cookware. I even got like a donut hole thing you do. That way, I just showed you this cookbook. I'm pretty sure it's in this one. There's a recipe for my Graham's donuts, and it's so yummy. If you haven't tried that, I think it's in that one. Either that or the No Time to Cook cookbook. Oh, I'm not sure. You'll have to tell me. I know there's 400 recipes total in the cookbooks, and they're all in my brain. So my apologies. But anyway, having these fun little gadgets to upgrade my kitchen, especially with the non-stick options, they're really nice, and it's inexpensive, and it's fun, and it helps reinforce positive behavior. Did anyone suggest, I got a whole thing of ideas, but I'm trying to go faster. What about self-care? Getting yourself some makeup or doing it differently? New hairstyle, getting your hair cut or done, colored, pedicure. I mean, basically, you're just talking about spending time on yourself, right? It can be anything. Spending just an afternoon alone, taking a day off work, just for you. I do that sometimes. I don't tell anyone. I just take my vacation day and then just go do what I want. Find ways to celebrate, even if you just go shopping and try on clothes. You don't have to go buy a whole new wardrobe every time you lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds, but you can go try on clothes. It's free, right? Yes, it is. And also, I don't know if you know this, but we have the store with some fun merch, dirtylazyketo.com/merch. And I try to remind you guys, but I know I always forget. But there's fun things there too that are like a Dirty Lazy Keto water bottle, or, you know, a cute trucker cap, or an apron, right? Tank tops, t-shirts, all sorts of fun things. Cute, right? And I have all these because, of course, I needed to buy them all for myself. So I ordered them all, and I use them all. And yes, I'm super goofy, but whatever. Don't judge. I like to celebrate. I feel like it keeps me positive and happy and healthy, and I don't see anything wrong with spending a little money on me. It doesn't always have to be about my kids and my house, blah, 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 blah. It can sometimes be about me. Now, I want to give you one more tool, and this one is free. Free. You're like, ooh, start with that one, Stephanie. And you're going to love this. And this is just on my website. It's on dirtylazyketo.com/celebrate-keto-weight loss. I'll say that again after I show you what it is, because you're like, well, how do I know if that's important? But I made these certificates that you can download and print out. Hopefully you can see it okay. This is a certificate of achievement, and it celebrates every significant milestone that you might encounter. For example, this one says 25 pounds lost, and then you put your name and the date. Can you see it okay? Let me know. And then it's a different color for 50 pounds lost on Dirty Lazy Keto. Again, you can get both of them, right? As you lose more weight, put your name and your date. Oh, then we have got 75 pounds of weight loss. And got to have another one. 100 pounds of weight loss on Dirty Lazy Keto. Now, if you've lost more or a combination thereof, you can get all of them, right? And do the math. It's complicated. You got to do some little additions. But feel free to print these out, put them on your refrigerator, take pictures of yourself holding them, send them to me. I would love to see them. Tag yourself in a photo on social media. Go in my Facebook group. Post a picture of yourself holding your special awards. I mean, it's so motivating, you guys. Be proud of yourself. And I even made a special one for Wonderland. And that means when you're, do you know what Wonderland is? I should stop and ask. Do you know? Put it in the comments if you do. Wonderland, in case you're not familiar, is when your weight starts with 1. And for many of us, like me, I weighed upward of 300 pounds. So for me, when I finally got to the day when my scale started with the number 1, it was like magical tears coming out of my eyes. Now, mind you, I was like half on the scale, like, you know, trying to cut my hair, trying to get the scale to go down because it was like wavering. I had to like exhale, go to the bathroom, get back on. But when I did, I was so excited, and it was a big deal. It's a big deal. So if that's you and you want that badge, go to the website. I'll say it again now that you're motivated, right? It's dirtylazyketo.com/celebrate-keto-weight loss. And you can download them all for free, share them on social, and get busy. Whew. I mean, the whole point of all of this stuff is what I'm trying to tell you is get your self-esteem up, reward yourself, feel like I'm kind of a big deal, because you are. Every little step along that weight loss matters, and it's important that you celebrate it and honor yourself and make a big deal of yourself, right? Yes. So if you haven't already, make sure that you like this podcast, this video, because it helps a lot, and make a comment or 2 or 3 or 4, because that's how I pick people from the comments. Plus it helps the algorithm and it helps the video float to the top. So know, you guys, get my clapper ready. Know that I'm here to support you. You are not alone. I've got plenty of resources to help you from A to Z and everything in between. And next up, I'm going to link a video for you. It's called, Is There a Right Way to Do Keto and Lose Weight? Is there a right way? Is there a right way? Because I know you're always asking. So you can click on that next and just continue binge watching to get more positive ideas and positive thoughts in your head, because you need it, right? You need that positive energy going on. Keep in mind, closing message, Dirty Lazy Keto works because it's flexible, it's easy to do, and it works. Most important part, weight loss transformation is possible, and I believe in you. I believe in you. So clap, clap, clap for yourselves. Clap, clap, clap. Say, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Did you say it? Say it in the comments. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it.